Why is my face on a missing persons poster? That's the first thought that hits Naomi Carter, and it doesn't feel dramatic. It feels wrong, like her brain is lagging behind reality. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. She's standing barefoot in her kitchen, coffee still warm in her hand, morning light spilling across the counter like any normal day. Except nothing is normal anymore. Her phone trembles slightly in her grip as she stares at the screen. There she is. Same brown eyes, same faint scar on her chin from when she fell off a bike at 12. Same neutral expression, but the photo itself looks off, grainy, like it was taken without her knowing. Below it, name, Naomi Carter, age 24, status missing last, seen 3 weeks ago, location, her apartment building. Her stomach drops. 3 weeks ago, she mutters. That's impossible. She was here yesterday, working, ordering takeout, watching some forgettable show she can't even recall now. Nothing unusual, nothing missing. So why does this say she disappeared? She refreshes the page. Same result. Her thumb scrolls down slowly. Comments flood the post. Any updates? I swear I saw her near 5th Street last week. Praying she's safe. Daniel, stay strong. Daniel, her older brother. Her chest tightens as she reads the line beneath the post. Reported by Daniel Carter, 29. A strange, hollow feeling opens inside her. Why would Daniel report her missing? She just texted him, didn't she? Her fingers move quickly now, almost desperate, as she opens their conversation. There it is. 2 days ago. Naomi. Hey, I'm good, just busy. Daniel. You sure? Naomi. Yeah, stop worrying. She stares at the words. They feel off, flat, distant. Not how she usually talks to him. And then a thought creeps in, slow, invasive. Do I remember sending that? She tries to recall the moment, where she was sitting, what she was doing, nothing, just blank. A quiet unease settles over her. Okay, maybe I'm just tired, she whispers, setting the coffee down, but her hands are shaking now. She taps Daniel's contact and calls him. It rings once, twice, then straight to voicemail. She frowns. That's weird. Daniel always answers. Always. She tries again. Same result. Now her apartment feels different, too quiet. Too still. Like the walls are listening. She exhales sharply and turns away, pacing the kitchen. Think. Just think. Maybe it's a mistake. Someone used her name, her photo, but the details are too specific, too accurate. Her eyes drift toward the wall calendar hanging near the fridge, and that's when something else hits her. Hard. She walks closer, slowly, each step heavier than the last. The date circled in red isn't today's date, it's 2 weeks ahead. She blinks. No, that's not right. She grabs her phone again, checks the date. Her breath catches, it matches the calendar. A cold wave washes over her body. That's not possible. She feels it now, not confusion, not panic, something deeper, something quieter, something worse. Time didn't just pass, it disappeared. 2 weeks, gone, erased. And she has no memory of it. Her pulse quickens as she scrolls through her phone again, this time with urgency. Messages, emails, notifications, they're all there. Days filled with activity, conversations, replies, even missed calls. But to her, it's like reading someone else's life, fragments that don't belong to her. She opens her photo gallery and freezes. Images she doesn't remember taking fill the screen. A dim hallway, a locked door, a blurry reflection in a mirror. Her face, pale, eyes sunken, staring straight into the camera like she knew something she couldn't say. The timestamp? Right in the middle of the time she doesn't remember. Her throat tightens. What happened to me? She whispers it, but the question hangs in the air unanswered. And then, a sound. Soft. Almost nothing. A creak. From the bedroom. Naomi slowly lifts her head. She lives alone. Every instinct in her body tells her not to move, but she does anyway. Step by step. Careful. Quiet. Her heartbeat pounds in her ears as she approaches the door. It's slightly open. She's sure she left it closed. Her hand hovers over the handle. For a second, she hesitates, listening. And then, a voice. Soft. Familiar. Too familiar. Her own voice from inside the room, whispering, "You weren't supposed to find out yet." Naomi's breath stops. Her hand trembles on the door, and very slowly. She pushes it open. What do you do when you hear your own voice, coming from an empty room? Naomi doesn't move at first. Her body locks in place, halfway between instinct and disbelief. The door creaks open inch by inch, her fingers tightening around the handle like it's the only solid thing left in the world. The room is quiet, still, empty. No one standing there, no shadow slipping out, no sign that anyone or anything just spoke. And yet, she knows what she heard. Her voice, clear, close, real. A chill runs down her spine as she steps inside. "Hello?" she calls out, her voice thinner than she expects. No answer, but something is wrong. She can feel it. The air is heavier in here, stale almost, like the room has been used differently. Her eyes scan the space. The bed is unmade, but not in her usual chaotic, rushed way. The sheets are pulled tight in some places, twisted in others, like someone was restless or struggling. "I didn't leave it like this," she whispers. Then she sees it. On the nightstand, a phone. Her breath catches. Slowly, cautiously, she walks over. It's not hers. At least not the one she recognizes. Different case. No cracks, no stickers. Clean, intentional. "Why is there a second phone in my room?" she murmurs, more to herself than anyone else. She picks it up. The screen lights up instantly. Unlocked. Face ID. Her face. Her stomach drops. No. Her thumb hovers over the screen as if touching it might make something worse happen. But curiosity wins. It always does. She opens the Notes app first, and what she finds doesn't feel like reading. It feels like trespassing. Day 3, she still doesn't remember. Good. Day 5, lost control for 2 hours, need to tighten routine. Day 8, Daniel is getting suspicious. Naomi's heart starts pounding harder. She whispers. Who is she? Her eyes scan faster now. The tone is sharp, focused, calculated, nothing like how she writes. If you're reading this, it means you found the phone. That's earlier than expected. Her breath stutters. This isn't random. This is meant for her. You need to stay calm. You are not in danger, Kuk yet. Not in danger yet? Naomi repeats, her voice cracking slightly. A strange pressure builds in her chest. This isn't just confusion anymore. This is fear, sharp and precise. She backs up slightly, sitting on the edge of the bed without realizing it, the phone still glowing in her hand. There's a folder labeled Recordings. Her finger hesitates. Don't play it, she whispers, but she already knows she will. She taps. A list of audio files appears, dates, all within the time she can't remember. Her throat tightens as she selects one. The audio crackles softly. Then, her voice. But not quite. It's strained, urgent, like someone trying to stay in control of something slipping away. If you're hearing this, it means it happened again. Naomi freezes. Her entire body goes still. You need to check the apartment. Start with the bedroom. That's where she... The recording cuts off abruptly. Static. Silence. Naomi slowly lowers the phone. Her hands are shaking now. That's not me. But it is. It is her voice, every tone, every inflection, just different, more aware, more afraid. Her breathing becomes uneven. She whispers again. The word echoes in her mind like a warning she doesn't understand yet. She scrolls further, more recordings, more notes, more reminders. Ki, stay awake. Do not lose time. She takes over when you slip. Naomi feels something crack inside her sense of reality. She takes over? A memory tries to surface, but it doesn't form. It just fades, like something actively pushing it away. Her head starts to ache, sharp, sudden. She presses her fingers to her temple. Stop! Stop! And then the phone buzzes in her hand. A new notification from the recording app. Her breath catches. I didn't press anything. The screen updates. A new file appears. Timestamp. Just now Naomi stares at it. Frozen. Slowly. She presses play. The audio begins instantly. No static, no delay, just her voice. Clear, calm, controlled. She's starting to notice. Naomi's blood runs cold. Her grip tightens around the phone. We're running out of time. The recording ends. Silence floods the room, and Naomi realizes something far worse than being watched. Something is still happening, right now, inside her. What if the person ruining your life is you? Naomi doesn't sleep. She tries. She lies in bed, staring at the ceiling, every muscle tense, waiting, listening for something to shift inside her again. But it's not the darkness that scares her anymore. It's the gaps, the possibility that she could close her eyes and wake up days later as someone else. By morning, her thoughts are sharper, more desperate. She grabs her phone and scrolls to Maya's contact. Her thumb hesitates. What if she knows something? Naomi mutters. She presses call. It rings. Once, twice, then, hello? Maya's voice, but not warm, not relieved, careful, guarded. Naomi exhales quickly. Maya, hey, it's me. A pause. I know it's you, Maya replies slowly. Something about the tone makes Naomi's chest tighten. Are you okay? Maya asks. Naomi frowns. Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Silence stretches across the line. Uncomfortable. Heavy. Then Maya says something that doesn't fit. You don't sound like you did before. Naomi's grip tightens on the phone. Before what? Another pause. And then, you disappeared, Naomi. The words land hard, cold, precise. Naomi shakes her head instinctively. No, I didn't. I've been here. No, Maya says firmly. You weren't. Her voice lowers. You vanished for over a week. No calls, no texts, nothing. Naomi's stomach twists. That's not possible. But Maya keeps going. And then you showed up at my apartment at 3 a.m. Naomi's breath catches. I what? You were different, Maya says carefully. You didn't hug me. You didn't even smile. You just stood there and told me. She hesitates. Told you what? Naomi whispers. Maya exhales shakily. You said, don't contact me again. It's safer that way. Naomi feels the world tilt slightly. I would never say that to you. I know, Maya replies quietly. Another pause. Then, you blocked me after that. Naomi slowly lowers herself into a chair. Her legs feel weak. I don't remember any of that. I figured, Maya says. There's no accusation in her voice, just distance, fear. Naomi swallows hard. Maya, do you think something's wrong with me? A long silence. Then Maya answers honestly. Yes. The word lingers, heavy, unavoidable. Naomi ends the call shortly after, not because she wants to, but because she doesn't know what else to say. Her reflection stares back at her from the black screen, and for the first time, she doesn't fully recognize herself. Hours later, she's standing outside Daniel's apartment. Her finger hovers over the doorbell. Just ask him, she whispers. He'll tell you the truth. She presses it. Footsteps approach quickly from inside. The door swings open. Daniel Carter, 29, tired eyes, unshaven, tense, freezes the moment he sees her. Not relief, not shock, something else, something complicated. You're here, he says. Naomi frowns. Yeah, why wouldn't I be? He studies her face carefully, like he's looking for something beneath the surface. Can I come in? She asks. He steps aside without answering. Inside, the tension doesn't fade. It grows. Naomi turns to him. Why did you report me missing? Daniel exhales slowly, running a hand through his hair. Because you were missing. I wasn't. You were gone, Naomi, he snaps. She flinches. The silence that follows is sharp. You disappeared for 10 days, he continues, calmer now. No one could reach you. I checked your apartment. It was empty. Naomi shakes her head. I've been there. I remember. No, he interrupts. You remember now, but you weren't. Her chest tightens. And then you came back, he adds. She looks up. So everything's fine, right? Daniel doesn't answer immediately, and that silence says everything. You came back, but you weren't the same. A chill spreads through her. What do you mean? He hesitates. You were cold, detached, like you were pretending to be yourself. Naomi's breath falters. That doesn't make any sense. I know, Daniel says quietly. That's why I got help. Her eyes narrow slightly. What kind of help? He hesitates again. Then, a neurologist, Dr. Evan Rourke. The name hits instantly. She's seen it before, on the second phone. Her pulse quickens. Why would I need a neurologist? She asks. Daniel's expression tightens. Because this wasn't the first time. Naomi freezes. What? You've had episodes before, he says. Memory gaps, personality shifts, but nothing this bad. Her head spins. That's not true. I would remember something like that. You didn't want to remember, he cuts in. Silence. Heavy. Uncomfortable. Dangerous. Naomi slowly pulls out the second phone. I found this, she says. Daniel's eyes lock onto it. His face drains of color. You weren't supposed to. She presses play on one of the recordings. Her voice fills the room. Daniel can't be trusted. He knows more than he's telling you. The audio ends. Silence crashes down between them. Naomi looks up, conflicted, shaken. Is that true? She asks. Daniel stares at her, and for a moment, he doesn't answer. What if the truth isn't hidden, just deliberately kept from you? Daniel doesn't answer right away. And that silence, it's louder than anything he could have said. Naomi watches him closely, every twitch, every shift in his expression, waiting for something, anything that feels honest. Is it true? She repeats, her voice tighter now. Are you hiding something from me? Daniel exhales slowly, like he's been holding this in for too long. Yes, the word lands clean. And no hesitation this time. Naomi's chest tightens. What? He gestures toward the phone still in her hand. That thing. It's not wrong. Her grip tightens instinctively. What do you mean, not wrong? I mean, he says carefully, you told me not to trust myself either. Naomi's mind stumbles over that sentence. That doesn't even. How would that make sense? It didn't, Daniel admits. Not at first. He leans against the counter, visibly conflicted. But you weren't making sense for a while. A quiet dread settles in Naomi's stomach. Start talking, she says. Daniel nods slowly. After your first blackout a few months ago, I got worried. You said you lost a whole day. Couldn't remember anything, so I started looking for help. Naomi's eyes narrow slightly. And that's where this Dr. Rourke comes in. Daniel nods. He specializes in cognitive disorders, memory, identity, that kind of thing. A faint pulse builds behind Naomi's eyes. Something about this feels familiar. Too familiar. I agreed to see him, she asks. At first, yeah, Daniel says. You were scared. You wanted answers. Naomi swallows. That part, she almost believes. But then something changed, he continues. Her stomach tightens again. What kind of change? Daniel's jaw sets. You came back from one of the sessions. Different. The word again. Different. How? She presses. You were calmer, he says. Too calm, like nothing bothered you anymore. You stopped asking questions, stopped worrying about the blackouts. Naomi feels a chill creep in. And that's bad because, she asks, though her voice lacks confidence. Because you stopped being you," Daniel says bluntly. Silence, heavy, unavoidable. "And then," he adds, "you told me to stop the treatment." Naomi frowns. "Why would I do that if it was helping?" Daniel lets out a humorless laugh. "Because you said it wasn't helping you." A beat. "You said it was helping her." Naomi's breath catches. Her fingers tighten around the second phone again. She whispers. The word feels sharper now, more real, more dangerous. Daniel watches her carefully. "You started referring to yourself like there were two of you," he says. "At first I thought it was just confusion, side effects." Naomi shakes her head slowly. No, this is insane." "I thought so too," Daniel says, "until the night you disappeared." The room feels smaller suddenly. What happened that night?" Naomi asks quietly. Daniel hesitates, then answers. "You looked at me, and I swear, it wasn't you looking back." A cold silence follows. "You said, 'She won't interfere anymore.'" Naomi's heart pounds. "And then you walked out," he continues. "No explanation, no panic, just gone." Her throat feels tight. "And you didn't try to stop me?" "I did," Daniel says quickly. "But you—" He stops himself. "What?" Naomi pushes. "You knew exactly what to say," he admits. "You told me if I followed you, I'd make things worse." Naomi's mind spins, strategic, controlled, like the voice in the recordings, like the notes. "Why didn't you tell me all of this?" she asks, her voice quieter now. Daniel looks at her, something almost like guilt flickering across his face. "Because when you came back," he says slowly, "you told me not to." Naomi's stomach drops. "What?" "You said if I told you anything, it would trigger the wrong version." The air in the room feels heavier, harder to breathe. Naomi takes a step back. "So you just, went along with it?" she asks. "I didn't know what else to do," Daniel snaps. "You were already unstable. I thought pushing you might make it worse." Silence again. But this time, it's different. More dangerous. Because now, Naomi doesn't know which version of herself made those decisions, or why. Her phone buzzes suddenly. Both of them flinch. Slowly, she looks down. The second phone. Another notification. Her chest tightens. "It's happening again," she whispers. Daniel watches, tense. Naomi unlocks the screen. A new note. Timestamp. Just now, her fingers tremble slightly as she reads it. "Don't go to Rourke." That's where it started. Naomi's breath catches. Daniel leans closer. "What does it say?" She hesitates, then shows him. His expression darkens. "That's not a warning," he says quietly. Naomi looks at him. "What do you mean?" Daniel meets her eyes. "That's control." A long pause. Then Naomi straightens slightly. Her fear is still there, but something else rises with it. Determination. "If that's where it started," she says, her voice steadier now, "then that's exactly where I'm going." Daniel exhales sharply. "Naomi, that's not a good idea." "I don't have a good option," she cuts in. "I have missing time, another version of myself, and a doctor who apparently knows everything." She grabs her jacket. "I need answers." Daniel watches her, conflicted. "Then I'm coming with you," he says. Naomi hesitates, then nods. "Fine." Because right now, she doesn't know who to trust. Him, the recordings, or herself. Hours later, they stand outside a quiet, sterile building. Minimal signage, dim lighting, almost abandoned. Naomi stares at the entrance. A strange feeling creeps over her. Not fear, not exactly, recognition. "I've been here before," she whispers. Daniel glances at her. "You have." She takes a slow breath, then pushes the door open. Inside, the air is cold, too clean, too quiet. Footsteps echo down the hallway as they move deeper inside. And then, a voice, calm, measured, waiting. "Naomi," Dr. Evan Rourke says as he steps into view. No surprise, no confusion, just recognition. Much like he knew she'd come back, like he's been expecting this moment. Naomi's pulse quickens. "You remember me?" she says carefully. Rourke tilts his head slightly. "Not always," he replies. A pause. Then, "But the other one does." Naomi feels the ground shift beneath her, because in that moment, she realizes something chilling. This isn't the beginning of the truth. It's the continuation of something she already started and forgot. What if the person you're trying to become already replaced you once? Naomi doesn't sit. She doesn't relax. She stands across from Dr. Evan Rourke, her body tense, her mind racing, every instinct screaming that whatever comes next will define everything. "Start talking," she says, her voice steady but tight. "No vague answers, no half-truths. I want everything." Rourke studies her for a moment, careful, clinical, then he nods. "Fair enough." Daniel shifts slightly beside her, arms crossed, eyes locked on the doctor. Rourke begins. "You came to me 3 months ago," he says. "Severe anxiety, dissociative symptoms. You described feeling like parts of your mind were inaccessible." Naomi swallows. That word again. Inaccessible. "I proposed an experimental treatment," Rourke continues. "A cognitive partitioning process. The goal was simple. Separate intrusive traumatic patterns from your primary consciousness." Naomi's stomach tightens. "Separate?" she repeats. "Yes," he says calmly. "Not erase, isolate." Daniel frowns. "That doesn't sound legal." "It wasn't fully approved," Rourke admits, "but Naomi consented." Naomi's eyes narrow. I don't remember signing anything." Rourke meets her gaze. "Because you didn't," he says. A beat. "The version of you that did isn't the one standing here now." Silence crashes down. Naomi feels it click, not all at once, but enough. "You split my mind," she says slowly. "Yes. And something went wrong." Rourke exhales. "Yes." Naomi's hands clench slightly at her sides. "How wrong?" Rourke doesn't hesitate this time. "It didn't isolate your trauma," he says. "It gave it structure." A cold realization creeps in. "You created her." "No," Rourke corrects. "She was already there. I just gave her autonomy." The room feels smaller, tighter. Naomi's voice drops. "The other me?" Rourke nods. "She's not random. She's composed of your suppressed instincts, fear, control, survival, in everything you buried to function." Naomi's breathing becomes uneven. "And she learned quickly," he adds. "Faster than expected." Daniel scoffs. "Learned what?" "How to stay," Rourke replies. Silence. Heavy. Final. Naomi feels something break, not violently but quietly, like a truth settling into place whether she accepts it or not. "The missing days," she says slowly. Rourke nods. "She took full control." "And the messages? The notes?" "A mix," he says. "Sometimes she warned you. Sometimes she misled you." Naomi shakes her head. "Why would she warn me at all?" Rourke's answer is immediate. "Because you're still necessary." That lands harder than anything else. "Necessary for what?" Daniel asks. Rourke looks at Naomi. "For stability. If you disappear completely, she risks destabilizing too. You're anchors to each other." Naomi lets out a shaky breath. "So we're stuck." "For now," Rourke says. A long silence follows. Then Naomi slowly pulls out the second phone. "There's one more recording," she says quietly. "I haven't played it yet." Rourke nods slightly. "You should." Her fingers hesitate, then press play. The room fills with her voice, but softer this time, measured, controlled. "If you're hearing this, it means we reached the point where you finally understand." Naomi's chest tightens. "I'm not the enemy. I'm what's left when you stop pretending everything is okay." Her eyes sting slightly. "You couldn't handle it, the stress, the pressure, the fear, so I did." Daniel glances at her, concerned, but says nothing. "I kept you functioning, I made the decisions you couldn't. Naomi's breathing slows. Not from calm, from realization. If I disappear, you go back to being that version again. A pause, then the final line. And we both know you won't survive that. The recording ends. Silence. No static. No distortion. Just truth. Naomi closes her eyes briefly, and when she opens them again, she's not confused anymore. She's not questioning what's real. She understands. Not everything, but enough. Within days, everything shifts. Dr. Rourke is reported. An investigation opens into his experimental procedures, unauthorized cognitive manipulation, illegal consent protocols, ethical violations. His clinic is shut down, his license suspended pending review. Daniel pushes for legal action. And for the first time, Naomi doesn't stop him. Naomi is placed under psychiatric supervision, not forced, but necessary. The doctors confirm the diagnosis. A medically induced dissociative identity split, stabilized but not reversible with current methods. Medication helps, but it doesn't fix. Therapy helps, but it doesn't erase. Because this isn't just damage, it's structure now. 2 minds, 1 body. Maya visits once. She sits across from Naomi, studying her carefully. You seem different, Maya says. Naomi gives a small, honest nod. I am. Are you okay? Naomi thinks about that, really thinks, then answers truthfully. I'm managed. Maya doesn't fully understand, but she accepts it, cautiously. Daniel takes longer. He watches her closely in every conversation, looking for shifts, changes, signs. Which one are you right now? He asks once. Naomi doesn't get offended. She just answers, the one talking to you. It's the only answer she can give. Personal consequences. The blackouts don't fully stop, but they change. Shorter, less chaotic, more negotiated. Naomi starts leaving notes again, but now they aren't erased. They're answered. We need boundaries. Agreed. No more disappearing for days, only if necessary. It's not control, not fully, but it's something else, something functional. Final resolution moment weeks later. Naomi sits in her apartment, same kitchen, same morning light, but everything feels different, not unfamiliar, just shared. She sets up her phone on the counter, hits record, and looks directly into the camera. Hi, she says calmly. My name is Naomi Carter. I'm 24 years old. A small pause. Then, there are 2 of us in here. No fear in her voice, no confusion, just clarity. We're not fighting anymore, she continues, not like before. She glances briefly toward the hallway, as if acknowledging something unseen. Turns out, we need each other. A faint, almost imperceptible smile touches her lips. But we're setting rules now. She leans slightly closer. Because this time, neither of us is disappearing. She reaches forward, stops the recording, and sits there for a moment, quiet, still, present, fully aware, not alone, but not lost either. Outside, life moves on like normal. Inside, it's different, structured, balanced, and for the first time since this began, stable.